Welcome to this orientation video for students taking online world history through the Fairfax County online campus. In this presentation, I will show students how to access the course assignments and submit them using Blackboard. So the entire course that you're about to take is done through your Blackboard, which you have access through using your student username and password that you use on school computers. I'll go ahead and log in as if we were logging in as a student. Okay, and when you log into your Blackboard, you will find among your courses a course that says World History 2. Okay, in this case, you're taking this course with Mr. Smith. So we open this up and it'll bring us to this screen. The announcements page is kind of the control panel for the course. It's where you'll enter Blackboard each time that you log into the course. This red and black calendar here, which will be updated monthly, shows students what they're working on each week. So for students entering the course at the beginning of the course, you'll be doing a topic per week as you go through the school year. There are rolling admissions for the class, so some students join at later points in the year. Sometimes a student might have to complete 2 topics, but each student, we see names down along the left side of the table here. They can look and see kind of a personalized schedule of what they have to do. Okay, the date ranges here, so we see our week-long periods for topic completion. The topics are assigned weekly. Students have 2 weeks to complete the topics. We understand that some weeks are busier than others. Perhaps something's going on at home or technology fails. There's reasons why students can't complete everything within the week that it's assigned. You do have the following week to complete it and complete it with no penalty on your grade. After 2 weeks, so the topic closes and is no longer available to work on. Announcements in the course are also posted on this page. Typically, new announcements will appear up above the calendar. In this case, we have some older announcements down here. They'll stay up there, so in case you forgot something, you can always scroll back and see things from earlier in the course. Okay, so for our example here, I'm going to pretend to be Karen, and let's say we're working here starting on September 11th, and we're working sometime between the 11th and 17th here, and I'm going to work on topic 1. So I'm just going to click on the link here. Okay, and that brings us into topic 1, and each topic is set up pretty much the same way. For students, I'd say there's a learning curve of maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But once you've gotten through that period of time, each week kind of looks the same. Obviously, the material and the topics change that you're working on, but the basic layout of the course is pretty much the same. We have our topic, this yellow assignments table that has everything that we need to do for the week. And we see we're laid out in 6 steps. So each topic has 6 steps for us to complete. Okay, think about it step, some reading questions, some notes. The Illuminate chat, which is the weekly online live class session. The online campus assigns a night to each topic, to each subject area. This year, the night assigned to social studies has been Wednesday night. So a survey has been sent out to students, and based on responses to that, a time will be selected that suits the most amount of students. I'll explain more about that in a few moments. We have an online task and a quiz. Okay, so let's just take a quick preview at what we do here. So step 1, think about it, is always going to be a blog assignment here. Okay, so let's open up a blog and just see what one of these looks like. Okay, so it gives us our instructions here. It says click here to preview the blog prompt. Okay, so I go ahead and click that. Gives us a little bit of information about a Renaissance person. So our question, who would you consider a Renaissance person? Gives us some details here. Okay, it says down here we use the term Renaissance person to describe anyone who has talents and interests in several different areas. We're going to write a paragraph. Okay, the blogs are always a paragraph of at least 5 sentences. describing somebody we know or somebody in society who is a Renaissance person. Okay, so there's our prompt. Okay, it tells us to click the blog entry button above, okay, to create our entry, and when we're done to hit submit. Okay, so we can go ahead here, okay, and we can type in our entry. Maybe we put the name of the person we're writing about here. Okay, we type about them here. When we're finished, okay, actually I should update that. It's not submit, but it's post entry. Okay, once we've done that, and okay, that's our first 10 points here. Okay, the last 5 points, and students sometimes take a little bit of time getting used to this part of the blog. Slow connection here. We also need to respond to the student directly below ours. So let's just imagine I put up an old one here from last year's course. When you post yours, yours would be directly above Muhammad's here. Okay, so you would then have to click on comment, okay, and share your thoughts on, in this case, Muhammad's post on Leonardo da Vinci. The only rule on these, you can agree or disagree. It does have to be respectful, though. That's the only rule on that. So you get 10 points for the thoughts that you post and 5 points for responding to a classmate. We ask that you respond directly below your post. This way everybody gets feedback on their post. Okay, so that's our blog. Okay, our second thing we do is our reading questions. So there's a link here to the pages in our textbook. Okay, and so we read the pages, in this case 468 to 487. As we read those pages here, we open up some questions. Okay, and notice we have page numbers that go along with the reading. So as we're reading 471 to 477 on page 472, the Renaissance was based on the ancient learning of, okay, and you're just selecting your answers, okay, based on these. I'll give you the answer here, Greece and Rome. When you get to the end of these, okay, so when you get to the last question, okay, we're going to hit save and submit. Okay, I'm not going to do too well on this. I haven't done many of the questions. We want to see how we did. Okay, review the results. Okay, and it's going to show us here, okay, that I got this one correct. Okay, it's going to tell us that we got these ones incorrect. Okay, I can see up here that I got a very poor 1.5 out of 20 points here. These are set up to allow unlimited retakes. So I would go back in here right away. I would open this back up again, and I would get started retaking this one, hopefully doing a little better this time. Okay, most of the assignments in the course are set up to allow unlimited retakes. We want you to master the material and do well. So as long as you're putting in the time and the effort, you're allowed to keep doing retakes on these. So those are your reading questions. You have a set of notes, okay, and by notes you're watching a video lecture. Okay, so you're clicking on the video here. This is a video that I put together for the standard. As you're watching the video, you're going to answer some multiple choice questions that go along with the video. Okay, the questions go in order. When you finish, hit save and submit. Okay, again, I'm not going to do very well this time. It tells me I got 0 out of 10, shows me which ones I got incorrect. I can go right back into this and give it another attempt. Sorry, I lost my home page here. Okay, so we've done the blog, we've done the reading questions, we've done the notes. On Wednesday evenings, again at a time to be determined, I will send that out and post an announcement in the Blackboard announcements, but at a time that's best suited for the most number of students, we'll have a Wednesday evening class session that'll last approximately 1 hour. The course does ask or does require that you spend about 3.5 to 5 hours in the course. That equates roughly to the amount of time you'd spend in a course at your school. If the course met 2 times a week, that would be about 3 hours. If it met 3 times in the week, that would be about 4.5 hours. 1 week, the expectation is that you will spend at the chat. I know for some students, Wednesday evening is not convenient. If it's an occasional miss, I know sometimes maybe we have an audition or maybe we have family in town, there are makeup assignments. Okay, we can click here and there are makeup assignments where you can listen to a recording of the class and do an alternative assignment for full credit. If there's a situation though where you're not ever going to come to the chat sessions, we'll need to kind of discuss that and figure out something. It is an expectation that on a fairly regular basis you are coming to those sessions. So if that's going to be a problem, please let me know. Most of the time each week is going to be spent in the online tasks. Okay, this is kind of the project part of the week. It tells us here to click here, and it brings us to our instructions for our first topic. We're looking here at a Renaissance art gallery. So you've got some links here to go to some museums around the world. You're looking for artworks by these artists. Okay, and you're using either PowerPoint, or if you don't have PowerPoint, you all have access to your FCPS Google Apps. You can use Google Slides. The Google Apps, you pretty much have everything that you need to complete the course, okay, in terms of software and programs to work on the course. Okay, so we work on this. It would be a very good idea to have a folder on your computer that you save everything to. Okay, this way everything is organized and not cluttering up your desktop on your computer. When we're done, okay, we click here. Okay, and we're going to scroll down and we would then attach our files. So assuming you've saved your art gallery to your folder on your computer, locate that when you click browse and then click submit. Okay, so everything in the course is submitted electronically through Blackboard. These first 5 steps, you can do those really in any order. There's no set way to go through those. The only thing I would strongly suggest saving for last is the quiz, only because there's no point in doing the quiz before doing the other things that you need to do that week. The quiz does allow retakes, unlike the other assignments, so it does only allow 1 retake. Okay, it is multiple choice. They're usually 10 to 15 questions, multiple choice long. And each attempt does need to be taken in one sitting. So kind of like you would in school, the idea is that you're taking it almost like you would at school. You sit down, you take your quiz. It's not something you can come back to the next day. That'll count as an attempt. You do have 2 attempts on the quizzes. As you see here underneath the table, these are the assignments themselves. So you have the assignments linked here in the table just for ease of access. But sometimes if there's a problem with the link or for some reason it's not working, all the assignments are down here. Okay, so you can always click on things here as a backup. Okay, I look forward to working with you. Again, please don't hesitate to send me any questions that you might have about assignments. If you aren't sure how to submit things, it's normal at the beginning of the year to have some confusion or to not know how to do things. That's my job, is to answer those questions. So please send me any emails that you have as you go through your weekly assignments.